Hi, I'm Max Brantley with the Arkansas Times, Wednesday, October 21st. News from Arkansas and Washington, D.C. Vice President Joseph Biden had a Rose Garden news conference today with President Obama by his side to say he would not be running for President of the United States in 2016. He said he didn't have time to mount a campaign. Coincidentally, this comes with continuing news that Hillary Clinton's debate performance last week has improved her poll numbers tremendously, both in comparison to other candidates and favorability in general. A new poll out of Massachusetts shows her in the lead in New Hampshire, where she's been trailing Bernie Sanders, sometimes by significant margins. Back home in Arkansas, University of Arkansas President Donald Bobbitt said today that he will recommend that the University of Arkansas Board of Trustees confirm his choice of Joseph Steinmetz to be the next chancellor of the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville, the flagship campus of the university system. He's currently provost of Ohio State University. He'd be paid $700,000 a year in a 5-year deal, which is a couple of $100,000 more than David Gearhart made in both pay and deferred compensation back when he was chancellor and before he retired. Got a lot of judicial news today. For one thing, it looks like Judge John Dan Kemp of Mountain View is considering a race for state Supreme Court. Hadn't made a decision yet, but already private investigator from New York has been inquiring at the courthouse about the records of the judge. This is all about the new, I guess, theme of judicial elections in Arkansas, in which outsiders with dark money whose sources aren't revealed come in and attack candidates for judgeships with 30-second advertising. Judge Kemp has been a criminal court judge. There's undoubtedly things that could be mined from his record that, put in certain ways, could be bad for him. Will it scare him out of the race? That's one interesting question. One step further down, the Arkansas Court of Appeals, Cody Highland, the prosecuting attorney in Conway for Faulkner County, is apparently very seriously considering a race for Court of Appeals. I think he will get in. Already, Michael Murphy, a circuit judge in Conway, has said he's going to run for that seat, which is open this year because the judge who had held the seat was elected to the state Supreme Court. Elsewhere, interesting news on the Arkansas blog today. The ethics filings I was perusing to get information about a $4,000 steak dinner that lobbyists threw for legislators at a summer conference in San Diego. I came across this sort of stunning revelation to me that a lobbyist, Bruce Hawkins, had made a $30,000 loan to a state senator, Jake Files of Fort Smith, to help out one of his real estate investments. Both of them say that it was done in the natural course of business. It was disclosed, it was legal, and they'll take care not to let this interfere in their business at the legislature. Bruce Hawkins is a very active lobbyist. You know, just because something legal doesn't mean it's necessarily a good idea. Both acknowledge that some might see an appearance of conflict of interest. Hawkins says he was doing a favor for a friend, good friend. And what about the Civil War? We're still fighting it. The Little Rock City Board of Directors last night, despite some strong opposition, voted 8-2 to rename Confederate Boulevard as Springer Boulevard. The two holdouts to continue the Confederacy in fact, if not in memory, in Little Rock were Joan Adcock and B.J. Wyrick. The others went along with a change that should have been done 40 years ago. This happened to occur the same night that the student leaders of the Ole Miss University in Mississippi voted that, to say that they didn't want the state flag displayed on campus anymore because it incorporates a Confederate symbol. Excuse me. I think that young people have different views on a lot of issues these days, and sometimes that might make a difference in politics. And finally, from the western side of the state comes news that the Elkins police have arrested the football coach from Cedarville for inciting a riot at last Friday night's football game at Elkins. They think he didn't act properly to stir down some unrest that followed what was apparently a hotly contested football game. I need to know more to know if we really need to be arresting football coaches, but perhaps. That's the news today. I'm Max Brantley. Be back tomorrow.
You feel it in your heart, the spirit of Little Rock. We've had that spirit since 1927, helping build our city by producing decades of leaders in the heart of our state. We are the heart of business and innovation, the heart of politics and government, the heart of arts and culture, and in our city beats the heart of a Trojan. UALR, we are Little Rock's team and Little Rock's University.